This woman teaches how to manipulate men. If that was the other way around, the guy would be in jail. Check this out.
If you want men to give you everything you want, you have to manipulate them. This don't work. It works, but it's not for everybody, okay? Because if you're just such a good person and you're a lover girl and you just, I just can't because I'm just going to leave, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, if you want to learn how to manipulate men, step one is you act obsessed with them, get them wrapped around your finger. Then step two, you snatch it all away from him. He's going to question in his mind, what did he do wrong? He's going to try to step it up.
Still wonder why men don't believe when women say all they want is a guy who knows how to communicate? These girls don't even want to communicate. It's all a goddamn scam, a politically correct narrative to give off the impression that women know what they want, but at the end of the day, the guy must do a lot of guesswork to figure out what's going on. Now, let's see some more female manipulation tactics. Trust me, this is a masterclass on how to avoid bad chicks. Run once you see any of these red flags.
First sign you're being manipulated, and some of the things that a manipulator does is use emotional blackmail. You know, it's really tough to spot emotional manipulation when it's happening to you because, well, you're in it. It's happening to you, and it's hard to really take yourself out of the situation and really observe objectively. However, for most people who will be observing your relationship from afar, they would realize that there's so many things that simply do not add up. So, well, emotional manipulation really is trying to get your partner to feel bad about their authentic thoughts, feelings, ideas, and stuff like that on a regular. And it's just to get them to conform to your own opinions, ideas, thoughts and feelings, such that you will be at an advantage. Some women tend to use this a lot, and it could include dramatic displays, gaslighting, threatening in certain instances. And if you're not very careful, like I said, you might find yourself stuck in a rut. Emotional blackmail is ugly. It's really, really ugly. A partner will use emotional blackmail to try to make you feel fear, guilt, or obligation. And in extreme situations, they'll actually hang something over your head to scare you into doing something that they want. Say you told them a secret or something that you didn't want anybody else to know, they suddenly begin to use that against you. And if you don't do things their way, they promise to tell everybody about it. Emotional blackmail is very ugly, and it's a big red flag when it comes to relationships. Number 2, sex. And you'll usually hear this in lots of relationship circles where they accuse women of using sex as a weapon, simply meaning that they would withhold sex for as long as they need to until you do certain things that they want or you do things their way. Woman can pretend to be really, really upset with you about something you said or did, and suddenly she will use that as an opportunity to deny you intimacy. If things like these are left to continue in relationships, it's just a matter of time before one partner is basically looking outside the relationship for love, comfort, affection, and all that there and then some. Now, for decades, women have used sex as a weapon, getting men to do a lot of things against their will, all in a bid to get the women to open up. Make sure you stay till the end of the video. I'll be telling you exactly what you need to do when things like this happen. Number 3, another key way women manipulate men is through excessive compliments. And this particular pointer also goes both ways. However, if you're in a relationship, and especially when it comes to certain requests, it just seems as if all of a sudden your partner, your woman, your guy, are buttering you up a little bit too much, and this isn't something that they ordinarily do. You should be on the lookout. There could be a whole manipulation thing going on there, The excessive compliments can come across as playful, and you could almost fall into that trap if you're not smart enough to decipher it. A typical example of how this happens is when suddenly, your woman seems to be full of high praise for you and something that you do on a regular. You're wearing the same kind of outfits that you wear every day to work, and suddenly, today, you showed up wearing the same outfit she's seen 1,000 times before, and she's quick to try and butter you up and let you know that you're the most handsome man in the world. The key word here is excessive, meaning that it goes beyond the usual compliments that you get. If your woman is saying things to make your head swell, there could be another request that might be coming your way that will blindside you. So do not be quick to fall for such shenanigans, as it may just be her secret weapon to get what she really wants from you easily.
To me, the worst one is leveraging sex. If you guys want sex, guess what? They can move on. Get a woman who's ready and that's it. Doing what a woman asks you just to get some is simping 101. Let's check some comments. They tell you that you're being insecure when you confront them about their negative behavior. Also the, if you loved me, you'd, and all you want from me is sex. She hit a lot of points. One is saying, no, narcissistic women hate that word and they'll call you names, expose their hands. I found a lady who was cheating on me, all because I said no. She spazzed out. She confirmed everything I had always suspected. Absolutely amazing. This sounds exactly like my last relationship for more than 8 years. I was gaslighted and manipulated. Been apart now for 3 years and still trying to reprogram my mind from all the toxic. You're always on point, by the way. Have a wonderful weekend. To finalize this video, here's how men should stop manipulation. It all boils down to standards.
But the thing is that this is what women do, right? And I need guys that are listening to this podcast to understand. Anytime you put boundaries or standards on female behavior, they're going to label it as insecure, toxic, misogynistic, or controlling. One more time for the guys who are listening to this. Anytime you put boundaries, standards, or on how women should behave, especially when it comes to their modesty, etc., if you put boundaries on it, as a man, as her man especially, they're going to say that's toxic, misogynistic, controlling, blah, blah, blah. But what guys need to understand is that don't follow, that's like Matrix talk. It's bullshit. You need to stand firm on your principles and be like, this is unacceptable. I don't commit to girls that do X, Y, Z, which is typically the behavior that she's exhibiting. And if she says, well, I'm going to do it anyway, well, you know how much respect she has for you. And then you cut the relationship. Or she goes into the sex only category and you no longer take her seriously. The problem is that guys let women behave the way that they want and they're not willing to put boundary standards and, most importantly, consequences on their fuckery. Once you put consequences on women's fuckery, they instantly start to respect you. And then you'll realize, right? Because it always happens. They go out to the streets for a bit, they're single, and then they realize, damn, this shit sucks, and then they're going to come running back anyway. And at that point, then you can have the power and say if you want to take her back or not. I say don't take her back. She goes sex only category. That bitch got to suck some dick. But, you know.
Now, but yeah, how if she listens, but every fucking time it's an argument?
Well, once again, she's fighting your authority.
Yeah, what do we do with terrorists in the United States? We say we don't negotiate with terrorists? That's it.
Like I said,
we didn't.
Like I said before, if you become that guy where you're of a higher status than her,
right,
she's going to be like, no, is it worth risking this guy? Not really. But once again, it's confidence. And confidence to walk away is what most men don't have. So being able to say, you know what? All right, you're not listening to me, I'm just going to walk away.
And I think that's why it's so important to have multiple girls.
Yeah.
Because having multiple women will create that abundance mindset so that you're not going to sit there and tolerate fuckery from women. And then her knowing you that you have multiple women will make her behave. Now, I'm not saying it's easy.
And then they'll go to a yes guy, and that will be great for 3 or 4 months.
And then they get tired of it.
And then they get tired.
And then they're going to come run back.
Then they want, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's very difficult. See, there's a bunch of simps. There's a bunch of yes guys out there. There's a bunch of rich dudes that will sit there and fucking simp on them. But there's not many guys that have money, that have status, that are attractive, that are in shape, that will tell her, no, that's stupid. That's not how this is going to go. Women are addicted to guys that can tell them to shut up.
Yep.
Well, think about it. In evolution, if you go back to evolution, right, the man went out and killed the tiger, did a bunch of mushrooms and went out and killed the tiger.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Or DMT or whatever the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
Brought back the food. So just by natural evolution and instinct and hereditary, woman wants the alpha.
Yeah.
Whether they've turned cuckoo now or not.
Yes, guys, women are addicted to guys who say no. If they don't like that you're a free man and not a woman worshiper, they can move on and find a simp. Let's check some comments. Shame, insults, guilt, need to be right, every time without fail. The big problem is that men convey more directly their standards, while women more covertly. Men need to say directly to their partner things like, I don't want you to go to the club, or I don't like that 304 friend that you have. On the other hand, women really don't say anything explicitly, but it is implicitly known to us, men, that we need to work. Women may threaten you by saying they'll leave or talk you down and trying to emasculate you by what they're all naturally good at, verbal assaults. Let them blow their steam. don't break your composure and frame, and don't be afraid. They'll be the ones to regret and feel upset afterwards by seeing that you didn't react or mentally fall apart in the way they wanted you to. Guys, thanks for checking out this video. Stay tuned for more daily content. Like, subscribe, and comment. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.